Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm just dropping a new video for y'all. Um, just keep in mind that this video was recorded 1 week before Christmas Eve, so here we go. Okay, so the set of nails that I'm going to be making for myself is going to be the red and black Christmas plaid design. Just going to kind of like mix it up. Maybe like with some plaid Frenchies, maybe half and halves with some jewels, things like that. So I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna liven it up with some, different styles of the plaid, things like that. Because that is the color pattern of my dress that I'm going to be wearing to church for Christmas Eve Sunday. And my daughter's going to be wearing the same thing, my son and my husband. So we're all going to be matching that day. So I'm excited for that. So got to get my nails together. So yeah. All right, so first off, before I do anything, I'm going to prep my nails. And how I prep my nails is by, first I like to start off with filing the cuticle line, because the way that the cuticle line on the nails are is just way too wide and it doesn't look natural looking. So how I do that is by just, using this, I'm using this 180 grit file here, and I'm going to use the softer side just slightly wait, I think that's the rough, hold on, just slightly file away the cuticle smile line here, so that way when I put the nails on, they're not like hovering over my cuticles, and it just looks natural and they're not bulky. Okay. Okay, I don't know if you can see the difference between this and so if you can see the difference between this one and this one, yeah, I'd rather go for that one than this. Okay, so just enough to where it's not that bulky, where the bulkiness is kind of eliminated. Okay. And then also, how I like to etch the nails is I do a manual etching. And basically what that is, you just take the file. Well, actually, I use a buffer, something like this, and just buff the nails. But before I do that, I'm going to shape, just kind of like pre-shape my nails, even though they're already shaped. But I still like to go in and kind of like do a crisp shape, because like I said, I want my nails to look natural looking and not like press-on-y like you see from the drugstore. Looks so plasticky. That's actually part of the reason why the press-on nails I make are luxury press-ons. That's part of that reason. And I'll also make a video on that later as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of shape it. I'm going to use the rougher side of the 180 file to really get that shape. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of like go like diagonal, just follow the shape of the nail and just, okay, that's how I like to prep my nails, depending on the shape. Okay, so once I feel that I got the desired shape of my nail, then I'm gonna go in and etch the nail. Now, there's a couple of ways of doing that. I do the manual method, but then I've also learned another method, which is a liquid etching. And basically a liquid etching is you take, from what I've learned, and I've learned this through another person. Her name is Chloe, and she has her own little channel, her own little biz. Her name is by Chloe Nails, and she's really great at what she does. She's provide great useful information. She's such a great help. But she taught me the liquid method of etching. So which means you take a little bit of acetone. I think you mix it in with water or something like that. Chloe, please help me if you're watching this video. And then like you put it in like a little bottle, and then kind of like mix it up a little bit, and then you just, you know, take the brush and dab it. Well, right here, I'm just using this protein bond because that's another product that you can use to etch the nails. She mentioned that as well. And then you just kind of like swipe it on the nail like that. The whole purpose of etching the nail is to eliminate the shine on the nails. Is to help prep the nails for gel polish application, so it'll stick better when you put it in your curing lamp. So that's one way to do it. I don't know if I'm doing it right, so I'm gonna do a little bit more research on that so I can make sure that it's done correctly. So for right now, I'm just going to take my little buffer block from how I learned to do it, is just, you know, just buffing, and what I've seen in the nail salons too, and just take the little buffer block and just buff the nails manual. So yeah, even if I have like 20 piece sets to do it, yes, I do it manually. Yes, my hands get tired, but that's how I've learned to do it. Yeah, so that's how I learned to do it, and that's what I've seen in the nail salon, so I'm just gonna do it this way. Alright, so now that I have both sets completely buffed the surface manually, okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and get an alcohol white and get all of the excess dust off, and then I'll go ahead and begin painting my nails with the base coat, and then I'll go in with my gel color, and then I'll start designing. So let me go ahead and get this little cloth here, and this is my alcohol bottle. I have it labeled here, but it's kind of diminished a little bit, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that on the cloth here, and just kind of like, you know, wipe off the dust. You're going to do that to each nail. Oops. Haven't tried it yet. So okay, so there you have it. So both sets have been manually etched. I like to say buff, but that's the proper term. They've been manually etched, like using the buffer block and going in with the alcohol wipe and wiping off the excess dust. All right, so I've already made the first set right here, and so I'm just going to go in and basically replicate the design that I've already made on this one. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and start off with the base coat, and I'm just using this Beetles foundation base gel soak off. It's a 15 milliliter bottle. Did get off of Amazon. Again, like I've said in my other videos, I get majority of my stuff I get off of Amazon. Well, my base for my French, it is the Beetles. This is a number A256. I really like this for like my base French, especially that nude color for your French designs. You see how nice and pretty that is? It's beautiful. Okay. All right, and then as far as to get that red and black, what did I use? Oh yeah, I used this liner gel paint that I got off of Amazon. It's SCX Snow White, #1. And then, no wait, that's the white. I didn't, yeah, I did use the white, sorry. Oh, my mind is going blank. Yes, I did use this to do the snowflakes. I had to think about that. I was like, wait a minute. Okay. And then I did go in with this black gel liner paint. This is Beetles. Look, y'all seeing Beetles, so something about Beetles. This is Audrey Black, and the number for it is B061. Again, Amazon. Okay. And oh, this is the the silver glittery gel art liner. Now this is Model 1, so Model 1s is also good too. I have some products that are Model 1s. Actually, my builder gel is Model 1s. Matter of fact, I'll show you. Oh, of course, and then of course I got the loose glitters here. Did I get this loose glitter off of Amazon? I think I did. So I got this black here, and then I have the white. I need to get some more white because I've been using white a lot. So I have the black and the white here. Okay. All right. And then the gems I use Amazon. So I have the black, and then also have the silver. Okay. And then some of the red. I had to organize this one. I was trying to make room to store all my supplies. I have limited space here. So yeah, I used the smaller red gems here. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and paint away, design away. So let me go ahead and do that. To mention, this is the Beetles, again, Beetles gel paint that I'm using for black, number A220. But this is Beetles. Just wanted to show you that. All right, and I know some of you are probably wondering why I decided to go half on the red on the pinky, but as you can see on this design, that's the reason for it. So I wanted to do that first because when I go in with the glitter, I want to make sure that, you know, that the glitter goes onto the black paint and not onto the red. So actually, before, I'm trying to think how what I did first. Did I do the glitter first? I think I did the glitter afterwards. Yeah, I did the glitter. So I designed the plaid first, and then I went in and painted the bottom half black and went in with the glitter. So yeah, I'm actually gonna wait on that. So I'm gonna go ahead. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and continue on with the design. mention this too. You want to make sure, it kind of goes back to what I was saying before. Make sure that you don't put too much paint on here. You want to kind of paint in sections, kind of like what you see me doing now. The reason is because if you put too much paint on the nail, especially when you're doing like intricate designs like this, you may run into some curing issues, like the paint may crinkle, or it may undercure, may not be dried enough. So you definitely don't want to have that, especially if you're making this for a customer. You can't have that. No, nails got to be perfect. So yeah, just be mindful of that. Yeah. There we go. So now that's curing, I'm going to go ahead and start working on my Buffalo Plaid lines. Okay, so how I accomplished that look, so what I did was, I used this, the black liner gel from Beetles, and I just took some of the paint and I put it on my little palette here. Okay. And this one looks like running out. You can also use just regular gel polish, but in order to, if you're going to do that, just make sure that it's kind of sheer. And the reason is because you want to make sure that you get the detailed lines, because you see there's some combination of dark lines and sheer lines, so you want to make sure that you use very little paint as much as possible. From other videos, I've seen people use like the black paint and then they put it into like clear polish, or they did the same thing with the red. But this method that I adopted, and I'll post the video on how I was able to accomplish this design, because that I felt resonated with me, because I looked at so many other videos and I'm wondering, like, I don't know why it was so difficult for me to do these lines. Like, I did plaid, but not with the thicker lines, with just the checkerboard. I guess people call it checkerboard, buffalo plaid, whatever. But for some reason, I just struggled to get this. Like, why am I having a hard time creating these lines? And this is such an easy design. I'm not sure. So I had to practice a few times, and these are some of my practice nails. So I finally was able to accomplish it. So it's right here. So those are my practice ones. But before those little practice nails, I did something like this, and that one, I guess that seemed to be okay. I don't know, maybe I'm kind of a perfectionist, but if it doesn't look right, then I'm not going to put it out. I'm sorry, that's just me. And then that, I just didn't like how that came out, so I'm like, no, those trash. Yeah. And then I know one video was that they were using like a bigger brush, but you want to use like an angled, not an angled, but like kind of like a straight edge little brush like this, kind of like the brush that you use to do your ombre effects with. And that actually helped me get control of those sheer lines with the sheer black lines. So that did help me get control of that. Of course, if you make mistakes, that's where the acetone comes in. And that's the benefit of, dealing with gel paint and acetone, because we can make mistakes. And once you get your top color down and you start working on your design and you make a mistake, guess what? You can just get the acetone, wipe it off, like it's no problem. Okay, so let me get this from under the lamp. Okay. And then I'm going to take my brush here and just gently dip it into the black here. And if you have to kind of like go to the side just to get some of the excess off, you can. But you don't want a lot of the paint on the brush. Okay. So I'm going to start with the thumbnail. And I'm just going to kind of, instead of having the brush going this direction, I'm going to do it like in this direction. Just up and down. Okay, you see that there? That's kind of like what you want. Now, if you want your lines to be a little bit thicker, of course, you're going to put a little bit more or apply a little bit more pressure or flip it around and go down this way as opposed to side. But I don't want my lines to be that thick, so I'm just going to keep it like that. And I'm just going to do 2 lines. So I'm going to do one here. If you need to drag it out. Just bring that line down there. Okay. See how nice and sheared that is? Okay. And then you'll do the same thing for the bottom one. Then to do the horizontal lines, you're going to do the same thing. So these are just the vertical lines that I did. So you're going to go ahead and do the same thing for the vertical lines. Okay. Go ahead and clean this up here because it's not even. All right, so yeah, that's looks okay for me. And then before curing it, we want I had went in and kind of, you know, where the lines meet, where some of the spots are a little darker with the black, I'm gonna go in and just fill in some of those squares, kind of like what you see here. Okay. All right. Put that there. Okay. All right. So like, yeah, like right here, that should be a black. Right here. And right up there. All right. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So yeah, so that's what that looks like. I went into when I went in and kind of paint over the red areas, to kind of get that sheer, you know, to get that effect for the plaid. I use this to accomplish that look. Okay, all right. All right, so again, very little paint. You don't need a lot. Remember, it's supposed to be sheer. All right, then you're gonna take your red, and then you see where the red kind of like in between those lines there, you want to kind of like go over that. Oh. And just not a lot, just a little bit, especially over the squares where they meet. Now you can kind of start to see it. Okay. So that's that, and then you cure it. So I'm going to cure this for 60 seconds just to make sure that the paint sets in really good, and then I'm going to go in with my matte coat, matte finish, because, you know, you want to get that authentic flannel texture with my matte coat. And the matte coat that I used to accomplish that velvety matte finish was this. Is Jewel Whitney Soak Off Matte Top Coat. Okay. It's a little tiny bottle here, so I use that to go on top of that. Alright. Now I'm gonna go again, just go with my matte coat, flip it upside down, and well, first shake it up so that it's all well blended, and take this. And then just go over it. Swivel. And then just bring it down. Shake it. Make sure it's level. Some polishes are going to level itself, but yeah. 60 seconds. Okay. Alright, so there you have it. There's that. Alright, y'all, so just to shorten the video because it's way too long and also free up some space on my phone, I'm just going to show you just the two designs, and then I'll come back and show you the completed set. Like I said, I'm going to go start out with the thumbnail. Okay, so I have this bowl right here, and I use this to kind of do all of like my glitter designs, my loose glitters particularly, and also for my sweater designs, you know, with the acrylic powder, just to save, just to save, excess and wasted powders, because, you know, you spend all that money to get these things and you want to save your stuff. So, but this is what I use. And then I'm going to go in with the black loose glitter, and then I have the white loose glitter. The black is on top, as you can see on here, and then the white is on the bottom, and then I have jewels in between. So, all right, so I'm just going to put this inside of the bowl here. Well, before I do that, I'm going to use go in with my base coat, and then get my liner brush. I forgot what size this is, but this is like a medium size liner brush here. Yeah, medium sized. And then dip it into the base gel. I'm gonna, take some out and put it on my little palette here. Okay. I think the base gel is supposed to help stick the loose glitter better, as opposed to using top coat. All right, and because this is matte, I don't want to seal it with the clear top coat, because then it's gonna, some of that clear top coat might mess messing with the matte, then I have to paint that part again. So, all right, so I'm just going to go in with my liner brush, dip it into the base gel pile, and then I'm just going to kind of like, you know, outline the half plaids. Okay. Get a little bit more. Okay. I'm just going to put a little bit more because I kind of want to make sure that I get a good amount of the glitter on, and then do the same thing for the bottom. Just kind of follow the line pattern on the design. Okay. All right, and now I'm going to put this in the bowl, and then with my black glitter, I'm gonna start off with my black glitter. Try to keep everything in the bowl, that way it's not messy. And then, where's my little scooper? Okay, y'all, sorry. Thought I had my tools, but apparently I didn't. So, okay, so I'm just gonna use a spoon as my guide and just scoop it in the powder, and then just sprinkle it over. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and cure what I got on the top part, and then I'm gonna shake off the excess, and then whatever's left on it is what's gonna stay. So let me go ahead and just cure what I have here. So, okay, and then you're just gonna shake it. It's probably best to get like this little duster brush here, and then just try to aim it directly towards the glitter. That way you won't waste a lot of it. You can save it as much as you can. And that's what I have so far, but I'm obviously I'm gonna go in and put some more on top so it can have a cleaner look. You have to, you know, clean it up a little bit with your cleanup brush. Go ahead and do that. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Now that looks a little bit neater. Okay, but there's still some remnants on there, so clean up as much of the remnants as much as you can. Because again, if this is a customer's nail, you want to make sure that it's your best. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna do the same thing for that one. And then you want to do the same thing for the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you the snowflake in just a moment. Okay, so here's what the top and the bottom looks like after cleaning up the mess that I made, and again forgetting that I was supposed to do top first and then the bottom. So yeah, that's pretty neat there. All right, and then in the middle I did add in some gems, some red, combination of red and silver gems. And then again, I'm gonna work on the little snowflake on one of these nails, and then everything else I will have to do off camera. So, okay. All right, so there's that. And all secured on there. All right. And then next is going to be the snowflake design. So, this is an intricate design. So this is a design where it's pretty simple. You just have to keep your the ratio with like the paint. You just have to make sure that you don't have too much paint on your brush to create this design. You want to have just enough to make it as realistic as much as possible. So I'm going to take my little liner, my liner gel, Snow White, and then liner brush, and then just draw a line kind of close to the edge as much as possible, so it'll be a half snowflake, and just go touch and then go drag, go down, And then you can stop wherever you want. Mine is just going to be a big snowflake. And then you're going to cross over, do it like a little cross. And then this one is going to turn. Make sure you wipe the brush so that way you're not, you know, getting any excess on the brush. Because especially if you want to go for those clean, fine lines. Okay. And then for the diagonal lines, you're going to go in and do the same thing. This nail's getting on my nerves. I'm just going to take it off for right now because it's falling off. All right, then go in and do the diagonal lines. Okay. All right, so there's that. All right. Now for the glitter. Basically just do the same thing as you saw with the thumbnail. Just get my little white glitter. Get my spoon. I wish I had my other little scooper, but and then just pour it on top while the paint is still wet. Don't want to cure it because you're not going to get that glitter effect. It's just all going to fall off. So while the paint is still wet, that's when you go in with the glitter and pour on top. It's the same concept with the acrylic powder when you're doing sweater nails. There we go. All right, then I'm gonna just take it and cure it underneath the lamp for 30 seconds. All right, and then you're gonna dust off just as I've shown you on the thumbnail here. All right. Voila, there it is. There's that beautiful, sugary, glittery snowflake. All right, there it is. Okay, so that's how I got that. And then I'm going to finish the rest of the designs off camera and come back with the finished look. All right, so this is the finished look, completed set of the Buffalo Plaid flannel design. If you like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And always remember, keep pressing, press on life. Bye.